Hi everyone, this is a reading. We are going to see what is coming through for you and what messages I have for you as well. So let's take a look, let's see what's going on. Also, if you wanted to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below since I do giveaways every single month. If you hear that sound, it's just my heater warming up because it is so cold over here. It has been snowing, which it's cold. It is cold, so that will stop in a few minutes. It won't make any noise, but if you hear that, that's what it is. Also wanted to mention, if you wanted to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below since I do giveaways every single month. So all the information for that is down below. And yeah, there's also the personal services with me, tarot readings, rituals to manifest different areas of your life, black magic energy removal, protection ritual, everything honestly is on there for your convenience. So do check it out if you are interested. There's services for marriage, love, happiness, success, and then there's also the intention items, which have thousands of 5-star reviews, which are at the bottom of my website, shopmoonlightguidance.com, for lots of different items that you can keep around you, candles, bracelets, sage bundles, embroidered cards and things like that, okay? So with that being said, let's start with the reading itself and see what is coming through. All right, let's see. Don't ever feel like you are not attractive, okay? That is something that is so important here. You might compare yourself to another person and think, what have they got that is making them attract all of these things that I somehow am finding stagnant in my life, okay? That is a thought that many of you do have, where you are confused whether a certain trait or a certain energy, is really manifesting in the way that you wanted it to be. So what I will say to you, as I'm just checking my microphone to actually make sure it's working, is that please don't compare yourself to other people, because what I see is that level of comparison can actually make you feel like you're not good enough when actually you are, and then it can actually start to impact the natural abundance that is supposed to come through in your life, right? So if you feel like, oh, that person has nicer, hair, right? And then you are going down the path of making it look like theirs. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but at the end of the day, make sure you don't change yourself so much because of these specific standards and things like that, to the point where you don't even, you let that control you, basically, okay? It's fine to do things for yourself. It is fine to look a certain way or want to look a certain way. That's not what I'm saying, but don't try and change yourself because you feel like, oh, that person looks better than me, or they are much better, because part of that comes from self-confidence and self-esteem issues, which actually have to be healed first. There's nothing wrong with doing things to yourself. There is nothing wrong with feeling like, oh, I want to buy that particular sweater, but then buying it only because other people are buying it isn't really you being true to yourself, if that makes sense, right? It's okay to buy things that other people have as well, but what I'm trying to say is that it's more of a self-confidence and self-esteem issue that needs to be healed at first. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with buying things that other people have or doing things that other people do, but it's that self-confidence and self-esteem issue that needs to be worked at, because then you might be so far from yourself by doing all of these things that you don't actually heal the root problem altogether. Does that even make sense? I hope this makes sense, okay? Because doing you and being you is one of your greatest gifts, and that is what I see here with the World card, okay? Your energy is so beautiful, it is vibrant, it is powerful, but sometimes you feel like you're not good enough. And that can be because perhaps romantically you've had an interest in someone and then they kind of go off with someone else, or they make you feel like you're not pretty enough or good enough or handsome enough or kind enough, or just you're not enough. Let me tell you something. It's urgent. You are enough the way that you are, okay? It really is true. Like, you are completely enough in your own shell. You really are, because that's actually what is going to bring you abundance. But it comes with enlightenment, and some of you really struggle with it to the point where you feel like you have to do all of these in order do all of these things to fit in, but you actually don't. The most beautiful thing here is that actually you don't need to fit in. You don't need to be, far from yourself. It's in fitting in that seems to cause a lot of resistance in your stars. And what I mean by that is the more you try to fit in because you feel like you're not like everyone else, the more your life actually ends up being like everybody else. Your life is not supposed to be like everybody else. And you may already feel like your life is not like everybody else, but you are supposed to have a lot more happiness, a lot more fulfillment, a lot more balance, a lot more peace in your life than, let's say, everybody else, okay? And that's really, really important here because, you know, they live a certain way, they have different karmas, they have different destinies and things like that. What I see here is that you are being spiritually guided, okay? You are, let's say, the chosen one. You are meant to go through certain lessons and challenges to realize and really understand yourself to such a degree that when you become so close to yourself, you will become so enlightened and so fulfilled within yourself that you will start to attract everything that is for your highest good, okay? Think about it this way. Perhaps all of the people that, you know, you try to like fit in with or talk to in regards to your work area, and then they kind of don't really say anything, or they ignore you, or they treat you like absolute trash. Have you ever considered that maybe those people are not for your highest good, right? You might be really lonely thinking like, do I need to, you know, what do I need to do in order to have people around me? And the truthful aspect of it here is you've got yourself. And I know that might sound crazy. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have friends or anything like that. Like, I'm not saying that. But if you're around people that disrespect you, trust me when I say you are better off alone. Okay? Someone needs to hear this. It is 10 times better to be in your own presence and to work on yourself than to be with people that disrespect you and make you feel 10 times worse than being by yourself. Trust me, okay? Because you have so much more stability and happiness coming your way, but by surrounding yourself with people that do those kinds of things to you and say those kinds of things to you makes you feel 10 times worse, and it actually affects your abundance. So it's about thinking about, okay, who is really there for me? Who isn't? Who gives me stability in my life? Who gives me peace in my life? Who is right for me in my life? And do they deserve a spot in my life? Because some of these people, they make you feel like you're not good enough, like you're not doing enough, you're just not enough. And it's actually affecting you to the point where it's affecting other areas of your life. They're actually taking away vital energy that you need for your love life, for your career, for other areas of your life, your spiritual being. And by taking that energy away from you, they deplete you. And what does that depleted energy do? It affects all areas of your life where perhaps you don't really get that promotion that you wanted, or that promotion just gets really delayed. Or if there was something that you've really wanted in your life, it starts to become very stagnant. And that is because people are using your energy, and that's something really, really important. But then you also feed them your energy, and really healing is a huge part of that. And that's why I always recommend doing shadow work. Shadow work healing is by far one of the most powerful things you can do to really get at your, you know, unconscious shadow, which can then allow you to heal, but also then see those results in reality by having that power to really let go of certain circumstances, but also make peace with where you are right now and who you are, more importantly. So really the most important things here are the solar plexus chakra, because that's to do with self-confidence, self-worth, self-esteem, self-acceptance. That's really important to work out, but also your shadow. Okay, now I do have a solar plexus chakra cleanse on my website if anyone wanted to do it with me, and also I do have the shadow work healing on my website as well. But those are two areas really to work on, and someone needs to hear this, and I really hope it just triggers at least one person who's watching this video to say, you know what, I'm going to do this for myself. Because a lot of people always do things for others, or they do things to get recognized by others, but they really don't do as much for themselves. So if I'm speaking to you, I really feel like it's good to do something, you know, for yourself that gives you that confidence within you, because you are important. And if you're giving all of your energy to others, what do you have left for yourself? You know what I mean? Like, you need that energy for yourself. So creating that balance where you also give to yourself and then you give to others is perfect, right? It's beautiful. But make sure the quality of the people in your life matches your own needs and your own expectations. Because if you are constantly giving, and they give you nothing in return, guess what that does? It depletes you of your energy. And what does that do? It creates problems, issues, challenges, and it brings this cycle that just never breaks. Okay, so this is your reading. Your affirmation for this reading is the cycle is breaking. Comment it down below. Don't forget to claim this reading. If you affirm the message or anything like that. Everything's always down below for your convenience as well. Personal services, readings, intention items. I have TikTok and Instagram. I post short readings on there every single day, so feel free to follow me on there if you haven't already. And I will see you all very soon. But I really hope that this just triggers someone to work on themselves and realize that they are very, very good. And that just because people are like that to them doesn't mean that they are any less. You know what I mean? So take care, everyone. Bye.